When Philadelphia Mafia leader Angelo Bruno was gunned down, the crowd oohed and awed at the sight of gangland violence. The city of brotherly love is in the midst of the worst power struggle since Prohibition, involving the New York and New Jersey clans over the rights to Atlantic City. Mafioso realignment is said to be going on in many cities as old leaders die and the new breed shuffles for position. A few years ago, the FBI wiretapped the acting mob boss of Los Angeles, Jimmy the Weasel Fradiano, overhearing how much is at stake.
And I'm going to tell you one thing that I don't give a Moses, coppers or no coppers, I'll blow your mother head off. I'm going to tell you right now, you ain't with no kid.
Squeezing the Weasel with a federal indictment for the killing of Cleveland mobster Danny Green, Fradiano became the most important mafia informant since Joseph Valachi.
I'm just bitter of them trying to kill me for nothing, you know. And that's the reason I turned, on account of the contract out on my life.
Fradiano's bitterness has convicted a number of top-level racketeers across the country. He has even gone against the Old Purple Gang, revealing Cleveland's James Licavoli wanted Ron Carabi of Struthers to take the fall for Green's murder.
And one of its trusted members who has inside information, who has traveled their walks of life and committed crimes with them conspiratorially for years, comes forward and offers testimony. It has been a damaging blow to organized crime.
This latter symbolizes the efforts of the FBI locally to get to the top and try to unravel the web. Concealed in the ceiling of the Calamar restaurant in Beaver Township was sophisticated video recording equipment discovered a few weeks ago when the roof leaked. The owner, Jimmy Prado, immediately summoned his attorney, Mahoning County Democratic Party Chairman Don Hanai.
The FBI has a job to do, and understand that every time the FBI goes in and makes a wiretap, that doesn't necessarily mean that they collect evidence against the person that they have under investigation. I would suspect that somewhere along the line they'd picked up some information, maybe that there were some questionable characters hanging out there, but I don't mind stating that I have been to the restaurant several times, seen many notable people there, and like I said, the food is excellent. I recommend it, as a matter of fact.
Is your client at all concerned about what may have been recorded?
Mr. Prado has never indicated such to me.
Many local authorities believe the Calamar incident is significant for revealing the FBI means business. Agents aren't talking, and it's not known if other eavesdropping operations are underway at different locations. The question is, what did agents find out, and what voices and faces were secretly recorded? Do you see any mafia tentacles in the political circles around here?
As a matter of fact, I don't even think there's any such thing as a mafia in the Youngstown area. As far as I am concerned, the mafia is a paper tiger that was created by certain individuals so that they could slay the paper tiger.
And so, after the Valley's recent underworld killings and a legacy of mob violence dating back decades, there are still those who believe there is no mafia power struggle, just bookies and burglars killing each other, as Omerta, silence or death, remains the rule.
That's history repeating itself, too. Mankind has always crucified their own benefactors.
Andrea, after researching this for months, after a week long of exhaustive work on this thing, your observations, are we any farther along in either recognition or enforcement in dealing with organized crime than we were in the 60s when the first wave of mob violence came along?
I suppose only in the sense that the Federal Bureau of Investigation has the right to wiretap and to do some things that they weren't doing in the 60s. We're further along. There are some who say that the town is swarming with agents. We've heard this for months. A lot of people would like to believe it. A lot of people have looked at the history of what's happened around here and they don't believe it. We don't know where we stand right now. The FBI will not talk. The lid is on so tight it's unbelievable. They won't even say hello, basically, to tell you the time of day.
You know, we talk about the inability of law enforcement agencies to get convictions in dealing with organized crime. Do you suppose that public apathy also plays a role here, the fact that the public is not as concerned about mob hits or concerned about gambling, for that matter, than they would be over the death of innocent victims? Perhaps that's a factor.
It is a factor, and in the 60s, the community did not get outraged until Tommy Cavallaro was killed. Now there seems to be more emphasis to get to the bottom of this because of the murder of Joseph DeRose Sr. So if he can be viewed as this cycle's innocent victim, perhaps there is more concern. I think there is among the law enforcement people. I do think the community feels as long as they're eliminating each other, that's probably all right.
People would say, having us name names and dealing with organized crime, that we're perhaps perpetuating the hit list and at least publicizing the individuals involved, but certainly it goes beyond the muscle of organized crime and dealing with the infiltration of legitimate businesses, that there are some businesses at this point that have become the innocent victims or perhaps the witting victims of the organized crime tentacle.
The other question is, has the community become the innocent victim? In the 60s, when we were known as Murder Town, USA, did that deter businesses from coming in here? And today, when steel is dead, does the image of a ghost town reinforce what we allowed to happen?
Absolutely. Andrew, thank you very much for a massive effort. You and Jim Massaro, chief photographer and editor on this, and the entire Eyewitness News team that helped us put this together. I'm very proud of what you did. Thank you, and there's been contributions across the board from the Eyewitness News team, and I want to give a special thanks to all my friends at the Mahoning County Public Library. Thank you very much, Andrea. We'll return with more news, weather, and sports as Eyewitness News continues.